Okay, children. එහෙනම් නැවතත් සුපුරුදු වැඩසටහන සමග. Right? Okay. Right, children. So we'll start or we'll continue actually. We have started this static electricity lesson 15th of January as an extra session, right? So then today we are going to continue with it, right? අපි අද එකත් එක්ක continue කරන්න යන්නේ, right? Okay, so this lesson is very easy, children. Okay, right. So the class will finish around 4:40, 4:45, like, okay, right. So then we can go, okay, right. So children, we are going to discuss about neutralization, right? Neutralization. Have you seen neutral? Right? Okay, sometimes there are some students in the classes. These are very neutral. Neutral means, right? So sometimes some students are there, some children are there in the class. You may have seen in your classes also, right? They are not mischievous. They are not mischievous. They are dangat nehe, right? But they are not too academic, right? එයාලා ගොඩාක් ඉගෙන ගන්න උත්සාහ කරන්නේත් නැහැ, right? Just be neutral, right? They are not going to quarrel with other friends. Likewise, what does that mean? Sometimes in the society, right, some people are telling like that, right? There's no any taste with that. Ani milo rahak ne, neutral, right? What is that? That means, children, from each and every side, right, all the things balanced, right? Okay, not overloaded from one side. Okay, right? All the things stay calm and no reactivity, just stay. Okay, right. So children, when it comes to these normal objects, right? So let's see, what is this? This is a bottle, right? This is neutral object. Neutral means, right, although I touch it, I don't feel anything, right? This is not moving, right? I am moving now, no, don't worry. But here, when I am keeping like this, it is not moving. Okay, so children, all these things without having or without given any charges, right, those are called as neutral object, right? Neutralization means හරියට නිකන් මේ වගේ. Imagine that, right? Very strong people, right, fighting each other. Both, right? Two strong people, sorry, actually two strong persons fighting with each other, right? They have equal powers, right? So then, children, at the end, what will happen? Both get damaged equally, right? Equal powers they have, and then after fighting, both of them are damaged. Both of them are neutralized. දෙන්නම එක විදිහට ප්‍රබල වුණා, right? So children, neutralization means what? Right? Number of positive charges and the number of negative charges are equal on an object. Okay? Number of positive charges and number of negative charges are equal in an object. Right? Okay? So children, what is that neutralization means? Right? Neutralization means presence of equal number of positive charges and presence of equal number of negative charges and no any net charge. No any net charge. Net charge means, right, හරියට නිකන් මේ වගේ, right? Imagine that there are 5 positive charges. 5 positive charges, right? And then at the same time there are 5 negative charges, right? හරි. මේකට මෙයා කැපෙනවා. මේකට මෙයා කැපෙනවා, right? These are cut off, right? These are cutting off, right? So then, children, no extra one for positive side or negative side. Okay? So then, children, net charge is 0. right? Net charge is 0. Okay, so let's write down in the page number 7. Page number 7. Okay, අලුතෙන්ම join වෙච්ච කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා නම් if you have newly joined, request the recording of 15th of January. Okay, 15th of January recording එක refer කරන්න, right? So now turn to the page number 7. Okay, neutralization means I am writing right. Presence of equal number of positive charges and negative charges causing net charge as 0. Okay. So here rather than causing, we can write down forming net charge. Okay, forming කියලා ලියමු. Forming means සකස් කරන. Forming net charge as 0. Okay. Okay, children. So in my diagram also you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? These are cutting off each other. එතකොට neutral. Okay, right. So children, if any substance have extra amount of positive charges, what will happen? That is positively charged, right? If substance have extra negative charges, that object is negatively charged. Okay, right. Okay, so what is this question? When a positively charged object, when a positively charged object and a negatively charged object to come contact, what will happen? Can you remember we discussed it, right? Negatively charged object contact with each other. What will happen? Both attract each other and then neutralize after some time, right? I told you positive attract. Unlike things attract. Like things repel, right? Like means similar things. Unlike means different things, right? Here you can see positive and negative. When it is remain, when it is contact, right? Both attract into each other After some time, neutralize. And we'll put like that. And after some time, neutralize. Neutralize means udasina වෙනවා. Okay? Udasina වෙනවා. Dear children, for neutralize, these number of charges should be equal. Right? Okay. මේක එකක හරි වැඩියෙන් එකක් තිබ්බොත් right? Neutralize වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Okay? Right? So children, keep it in your mind. For the neutralization also, it should have equal number of positive and negative charges. Okay, children, finished?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. No,
Yes.
still writing?
Still writing those.
Okay, right.
Finished it.
Okay, right. Right. Okay, children. Now we are going to discuss about an experiment under the neutralization. Okay. So, children, turn to the page number 17. Turn to the page number 17. Here, this one, page number 17. Okay. Right. Page number 17, once go into that, right? These are the materials that you need. Glass rod, ebonite rod, equal size. Equal size, children. Why it is called like that? ඇයි එහෙම කියන්නේ? For the neutralization and the observation, right? You know that equal number of charges should form, and here negative and positive equal number of charges should form. So then, children, the surface or the size should be equal, right? Glass rod and ebonite rod size should equal. And we need to have silk cloth, woolen cloth, 2 stands and thread pieces. Nool kali, thread pieces. Stands means ආධාරක. Here you can see these are stands. Stands. Okay. Here this is also stand. Here this is also stand. And these are threads. Threads. Nool. Pieces of threads. Okay. And then this is, you can see, glass rod. This is glass rod. Glass rod. Right. This is ebonite rod, ebonite rod, ebonite rod. Okay, right. So children, both are equal in size. Okay, right. So then what we are going to do? We are going to rub silk cloth against the glass rod. Right? Here, glass rod we just rub using silk cloth. Silk cloth. Okay. So you can remember, I told you that when we rub glass rod using silk cloth, it remains positive charges on that, right? When rub the woolen cloth against the ebonite rod. This is the ebonite rod now. This ebonite rod we rubbed using a woolen cloth. A woolen cloth, right? Then children, what will happen? You know that ebonite, I told you that always ebonite is interested in electrons, right? I told you that in the static electricity, ඔයාලා ගිය සතියේ recording එක බැලුවොත් ගිය සතියේ කියන්නේ 15, right? I told you that ebonite PVC like substances interested in electrons. They like to get that. ණයට ගන්න කැමති. Then they get the electrons. These surfaces negatively charges or negatively charged always. Glass rods and glass materials interested in releasing electrons. එයා හැමතිස්සෙම දෙනවා එළියට. එයාට that is a plus point for glass rod. That means rather than electrons, high number of positive charges are there because that is easily giving out the electrons. Ebonite is getting that electrons. Those are very interested in electrons, right? So children, I told you what will happen when we are rubbing. Okay, මං ඒවා කියලා දීලා තියෙනවා. Okay, right. So children, rub the woolen cloth against the ebonite rod. Hang both rods separately on stand using the thread, right? Hang these rods using the threads, right? Slowly bring two rods close to each other and observe. We take these two rods each other, right? Okay. Near to each other, we take that. Okay. Right. So children, what we are going to do? Now we take near both of these rods. Then what will happen? This is having positive. This is having negative. Positive and negative charges are there. Unlike charges, attract. Unlike charges, attract. Then glass rod and ebonite rod attract each other. Right? Then what they say is, let them touch briefly and separate them. Right? We just all together take near or allow them to contact and then separate. Allow them to contact and then separate. Right? Okay. So then bring them close again and observe. මේ විදිහට දිගටම කරනවා. Right? Contact and then separate it out. Contact, separate it out. Right? Okay. So then repeat this process several times. Then children, after 2 or 3 times, can we say any attraction of this glass rod and ebonite? No. Why? What is the reason? Right? Previously, glass and ebonite rods attracted each other. But now what happened? Because we have now, right, several times we have contacted these glass rods and ebonite rods each other. When we are doing like that, what will happen? Then children, slowly, because of the movements of electrons, and then the positively and negatively charged rods attract, and then what will happen? They neutralize at the end. Okay, so positive one and the negative one also get attracted, and then they neutralize because of this movement of the electrons, right? When we contact both these things each other. Okay, so finally those become neutralized, right? Neutral objects. We need to rub it again and supply extra amount of electrons, or else we have to remove out electrons by rubbing, right? Okay, himai kalot tamai we can see extra amount of electrons having surfaces just like negatively charged ones when the electron moves once as positively charged one, right? Okay, අපි මේ glass rod එක silk වලින් rub කළාට පස්සේ ඒක positive වුණා, ebonite එක negative වුණා, then at the just after that both were attracted, but after some time, with the time, because of the movements of the charges, right, sometimes energy waste to outside, and because of these things also, finally these extra electrons move, and then negative charges and positive charges uniformly spreaded after some time both of these rods. ටික වෙලාවක් ගියාට පස්සේ මෙයාලගේ සේරම charges දෙන්නගෙම සමාන වෙලා net charge was 0. Okay, likewise it happens. Okay, very easy to understand, I think. Okay, right. So children, what was the observation? At the first time, glass rod and ebonite rod were attracted, but after some time we couldn't see any attraction or repulsion, right? Okay, what is the reason? That net charge of these glass rods and ebonite rod was 0. Okay, right. Okay, so we'll write down the observation here. At the first time, glass rod and ebonite rod attracted each other, but after some time, no attraction or repulsion observed. Okay, right. So what is the conclusion? At the beginning, unlike charges, Unlike static electric charges, let's say. Unlike static electric charges, attracted positive and negative charges, I mean, okay? And then after some time, here afterwards, let's write down like that. Afterwards, okay. Okay. Then net charge was zero due to the neutralization. Okay.
See the board.
Okay. Okay, children. Finish? Right, okay? Right. Children. Now we are going to discuss about natural phenomena. What is phenomena? Right? Phenomena means, children, incident, 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 sansidhya, incident, incident, sansidhya, නැත්නම් සිදුවීම. Okay? Incident and incident. Okay? Children, phenomena of lightning. Okay? Children, how lightning occurs? Right. Children, when it comes to clouds, right? You have the idea how clouds form, right? In clouds, you know, these are formed because of the vaporization of water. Liquid water vaporize and condense. Okay, liquid water vaporize and condense inside these clouds, right? Here, children, we can see ice particles, right? Water particles. Okay. So, children, and then vapor also they are inside these clouds. Okay, children. So, then what could happen? These clouds are going to rub with each other. Okay. In the sky, clouds rub each other. So, then what will happen, children, because of this rubbing, right? From some areas, electrons are removing out, right? Some areas, they gain electrons, right? Okay. එකම වලාකුලේ මෙහෙම වෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා ළමයි හිතනවා ඇති. You may think that this is in the same cloud though. Right? When it comes to the glass rods and ebonite rods, right? One type of electrons, they are excess amount of electrons they are, right? But here, clouds in one side positive and this side negative. How it happened? Children, cloud and the composition can be changed time to time, right? And their properties also change, right? This is having condensed water, right? So children, sometimes according to these physical properties inside the particles, ice particles, and then water particles, right? Because of that, children, we can see from some places these are releasing electrons out. Some places they gain electrons, right? When they removing more electrons out, this area get charged positively. These areas sometimes they are gaining lot of electrons rather than the positive charges. වැඩිපුර ගන්න එක්කෙනාගේ net charge එක තමයි negative here. වැඩිපුර, right? When excess electrons are coming, this area becomes negatively charged. When more electrons going out, that area is positively charged. It does not mean that no electrons are there in positive area. මම කිව්වා නේද? Right? වැඩිපුර ස්වෙච්ච සිදුවීමට අදාළව තමයි මේ පැත්තේ charge එක define වෙන්නේ. Right? Okay. So children, then what will happen? Right? Okay. So imagine that this area of the other cloud charge like this. Okay. So children, what will happen? These excess electrons discharge to other clouds, right? Imagine that when the more electrons filled into that, right? Electrons are discharging. Discharging means they release that excess electrons when positively charged one coming near to the other cloud. Okay, so negatively charged area it should come. Okay, so then children, these electrons discharging, that means releasing to other cloud. Okay, so then children, as a result of this discharging, lightning occurs. අකුණු ගැසීම කියන එක ඇති වෙනවා, right? So children, when movement of these electrons, we can see that energy under light and sound. Okay, right. So children, why these clouds are rubbing? Because of the wind currents, right? Sulang pravaha, wind currents. Because of the wind currents, children, these clouds rubbing each other. Because of that rubbing, right? Discharge electrons from one cloud to other cloud. Okay, children, lightning we can see cloud to cloud lightning. Cloud to cloud means from one cloud to other cloud, electrons discharging. So that means releasing. So children, cloud to air, cloud to air. This is cloud and this is air. You know, in that atmosphere, air is filled. So then that is cloud to air lightning. Okay. So what is the other thing? Clouds to ground. That is the most dangerous one, right? When clouds to ground, electrons discharge, what will happen? If they are in ground, if they are in the ground, what will happen? We get affected by lightning, right? They are searching these electrons and the flow always searching about the shortest pathway to go ground. Okay, right? And මේ වගෙන් තමයි cloud to ground discharging of the electrons can damage to the properties and the animals on the earth, animals, plants on the earth. Okay, right. So children, why this is happening? Because of the static electric charges, right? Okay, right. So then I hope that you got the idea about this lightning. Okay. Okay. So here, right, for your easiness, I am drawing. මගේ drawing එක චුට්ටක් කැතයි වගේනේ. Right. Okay. So here this is cloud. Okay. In your tube, you can draw it. This is cloud. Another cloud. These are up with each other. Negative charge. Positive charges. Okay. Okay. Right. So you know that this is include water vapor, ice particle, okay, right? So then these are rubbing each other and then are discharging electrons, okay, right? So here I can show that cloud to cloud, cloud to cloud. If you have color pens, you can write, okay, cloud to cloud, cloud to air, cloud to air, and then cloud to ground. Okay, ඔන්න ඔය diagram එක ඔය ඉඩ තියෙන තැනක ඇඳගන්න. ඉඩ ගොඩක් තියෙනවනේ නේද? Right? Here children, lightning occurs because of, right? Now I am writing very small amount is there, right? Because of discharging. Discharging means releasing. Discharging. Discharge means visarjane වෙනවා. Visarjane කියන්නේ release out electrons. Okay? Discharging of electrons from clouds. from clouds. Okay. Because of discharging of electrons from clouds, right? Okay, so here children, I am writing another important point. When the clouds have too many charges, it feels like it feel like discharging. ගොඩක් තියෙනකොට දෙන්න හිතෙනවනේ තියාගෙන වැඩක් නෑනේ. Feel like discharging charges. Okay. Right? So here children, this lightning appear between two clouds cloud to air and then cloud to ground. Okay. Right. Children, I hope that that is enough for today, right? Okay. So you can write down these things. Next day we can finish this lesson also, and then we can start our third lesson, right? Electric current related lesson we can start next week, right? So then we'll send that to you to keep print it, right? Okay, to keep printed it. And then we can start our third lesson also. And then fourth lesson and fifth lesson are very short lessons, right? And then we can early start our question discussion also. Okay, children? Because this term is very short one. Okay, children? Have you finished? Done? ඉවරද? Finish? Still writing? තාම ලියනවද? Okay. Right. I hope that you are done. Okay. So children, I'm not talking much, right? Here I'm going to wind up for a while, right? So if you miss something today, well, if you think that I missed this part, then I had better to listen once again. Then you can join with tomorrow class also, right? Without any payment. Okay. So Monday, 6 p.m. you have another group, our second group. of grade 7 classes are conducted, right? Okay, so then children, I'm not talking much. I'm going to wind up your provide. So thank you for logging. Have a nice week. Stay safe. Goodbye. Good night to all of you. Have a nice week.
Goodbye, teacher. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher.